Hi guys, Halina here, and today I'm going to be ranking the Disney princesses, so stay tuned. Alright, so I have my somewhat fancy shirt, I have my tiara, and I have my animal sidekick! This is Lucy. If you follow me on Instagram, you've seen pictures of her. I don't know how long she's going to stay in this video. But yeah, she's a miniature cockapoo and she's my little baby. So she's going to help me rank Disney princesses, right, Lucy? Right, baby? Yeah, you sit here. Okay. She's going to be very distracting, so I'll probably put her down in a little bit. So basically what we're going to be doing in this video is looking at the Disney princesses themselves as characters. Not their movies, but as characters. And ranking them from my least favorite to my favorite. You have really weird fur, baby. Here, lie down. So, coming in at number 14. Here, I'm going to put you down because you're getting in the way. Coming in at number 14, I think to no shock to anybody, is Aurora. For just the obvious reason that she literally is not in her movie. She has 18 minutes of screen time. She has 18 lines of dialogue. And that's it. So, with all of that, she has nothing to do and therefore should be neutral, but she's just at the bottom of this list. Coming in at 13 is Snow White. I mean, there's not much to say about Snow White. She's the classic Disney princess. She's the damsel in distress waiting for her prince to come and save her. I mean, it doesn't age well. You back again? Like, the movie doesn't age well. She doesn't age well. Now, I do respect Snow White for what it ultimately created. And, I mean, we gotta owe it to the first princess for giving us all these princesses. But, I don't know, she's right there at the bottom with Aurora, and that's not saying much. Coming in at number 12, I think, is going to shock a lot of people. Ariel. Now, the reason why Ariel is so low on my particular list is because she does a lot in her movie. So it's not the Aurora situation. But, much like Snow White, she as a character doesn't really age very well. She gives up everything that makes her unique, that makes her her, to be with a man who she has seen for 5 minutes. And she hasn't had a conversation with Eric. She doesn't know whether or not she will actually like him. And whether he has a good personality. Nothing like that. So, she doesn't even know if he's going to like her. But it's like, yeah, I'm okay with giving up everything to be with this man who may or may not want to be with me. So, yeah, not exactly the best role model. Now, I still love Little Mermaid. I still watch Little Mermaid. But, yeah, Ariel dropped quite a bit from my childhood days to my adult phase. So, yeah, Ariel at number 12. Now, coming in at number 11 is a more recent Disney princess, and that is Merida. Yeah, Pixar, not wanting to be left out of the game, decides, let's create a Disney princess movie. And Brave is fine. It's not my go-to, princess movie. It's not even really my go-to movie at all. But, Merida just, she's very clever. She figures out how she can essentially get out of marriage, which is all these people, all these dudes fighting to be my husband are going to compete in archery. And then she comes in and she says, I will be shooting for my own hand. And that is still my favorite line out of, I think, any Disney princess movie. Because it's just like, I am defying everything. And I am going to, be who I want to be. And it's a great line, but we cut to, a good chunk of time later. I don't know the exact time, but she's in the forest and she bumps into a sketchy witch, and the sketchy witch says, I can change your fate. And the woman who essentially conned her way into escaping her fate kind of thing trusts this sketchy witch, and then her mom turns into a bear. So yeah, I mean, she does a complete 180 in terms of, basic intelligence. So I think that's why she's so low on the list. But number 10, to surprise everybody, is Cinderella. Now, Cinderella, you can look at Cinderella as the classic Disney princess waiting for her man to come and save her. But, I think Cinderella, as a character, she just wants happiness. She wants freedom. She wants it all. And she defies her stepmother's orders and says, I'm going to the ball. And then, yeah, she does sit around and she waits for her prince to come, but she's also very much, defiant. Like, she's like, oh, the prince is here, he's looking for the glass slipper, here I come. And she's constantly defying her stepmother, and I think having to endure the abuse that her stepmother and her stepsisters essentially give to her, it takes a great deal of strength to come back from that, to defy that. And she does, and I think that's why I have her at number 10, because she's brave and she takes whatever life hands to her and she tries to make the most of it. And like I said, she's brave for defying the abusive stepmother and stepsisters. So I think at 10 is a pretty good one. At number 9, I have Jasmine, and this is where it starts getting really tricky. Like, when we're in, like, this stretch of things, this is where it starts getting a little tricky to rank them. Jasmine is at number 9 because she's not the star of her own movie. She's literally just there. And, I mean, I do love her personality and everything like that, but she doesn't do much. The story is about Genie helping Aladdin get Jasmine, but Jasmine's not really there. So, yeah, I mean, Jasmine at number 9. At number 8, we have Anna. Gosh, Anna. She's an interesting character. Like, she's almost like the classic Disney princesses, but not. And she meets Hans. He says, "I love you." She says, "I love you. Let's get married," type thing. They're going to get married. And it's the classic Disney princess trope. Girl meets boy, boy meets girl, they fall in love, they get married. Within the span of 5 minutes. So, yeah, that's pretty much that. But she does, set out to bring her sister back. And, along the way she meets Kristoff and her views, she ends up falling for him and all of that. But, I think, like, I don't know what to call it. Her loyalty, her determination, her adventurous side puts her higher than the classic Disney princesses on this list. I don't know. But yeah, Anna's at number 8. At number 7, I have Rapunzel. And Rapunzel is sort of that odd princess because of the timing of her movie. I think Rapunzel very much screams Renaissance princess. Like, she doesn't necessarily want a man. She wants to see the lights, and she's very much like independent. She's very clever. She literally like sees Flynn entering her castle and she like knocks him out and ties him up, and she's very much that independent, feisty spirit. But I don't know, she's got sort of that Renaissance feel to her. So, I mean, she's at 7. I do love her, but I don't know. I think 7 for Rapunzel. Number 6 is the queen of them all. Literally the queen. Elsa at number 6. Yeah, I could have shoved Anna and Elsa just kind of together. But Elsa's at number 6 because, I mean, at this point, I don't know. Elsa has the tendency to run away from her problems, which isn't necessarily the greatest thing, but I mean, I can understand why. I don't know. I'm at the point in the list where it's like all these princesses. I'm just kind of like, well, I gotta put you somewhere. So yeah, Elsa at number 6. Like, she's not my favorite. She's not my least favorite. She's in the middle. Something like that. At number 5, we got Pocahontas. Now, Pocahontas, I feel like I could have put her higher. But then when I looked at the list, I'm like, no, I really couldn't. I really love Pocahontas. She's very strong-willed. She very much, like, she puts her life on the line to try to, bring peace. Now, Pocahontas as a film and Pocahontas as a character does have the disadvantage of the historical inaccuracies bestowed upon her, but Pocahontas is really a strong character, and I think, yeah, I think, the hate that comes along with it is understandable. But as a character in a Disney movie, I think she's a pretty good character. So I got her at number 5. At number 4, this really pained me to do this. I got Belle at number 4. I love Belle. She literally is an intelligent princess. She wants adventure. She wants to learn. She's sort of an outcast. I really love Belle, but I mean, when I look at my top 3, I feel like Belle's just a little shy of being in the top 3. But yeah, I mean, she literally takes her father's place to be a prisoner with a beast so that her father can go out and he can live sort of the rest of his life in freedom. And she voluntarily becomes a prisoner to save her father. So, I mean, family is everything, guys. But we have number 3. And at number 3, I have Moana. And I don't know why. I love Moana. She's adventurous. She's rebellious. And I love that. She's also the most realistic looking human princess. So that's always a good thing. She's not a stick figure Barbie doll. So that works. But she also, I love when she says, I'm not a princess. She's like, I've seen these princesses. That's not me. I am not these princesses. And she 100% is not. And that's why I love her. I love Moana so much. But that brings me to number 2. And this is a really odd choice for me. And I went back and forth between whether or not to flip the top 2 princesses on this list. But I eventually settled with number 2 being Mulan. Now, anybody who really, truly knows me knows that I absolutely love Mulan. Mulan as a movie, Mulan as a character, like, literally, probably one of my all-time favorite Disney princesses. She's at number 2 for, reasons. But, like, literally, if you put all the Disney princess movies in front of me and say, pick one to watch, I'm going to be drawn to Mulan. Because Mulan is just, like, my favorite movie. And Mulan is a very, I don't want to say these words because it's a Disney princess video, but yeah, the people old enough can fill in the blanks. She saves China. like she literally saves China. And she defies all the stigma that comes with being a woman. It's like, you're a woman, you can't do this, you're not good enough. And she's like, I can fight. But what I really truly love is that is not her motivation for going to war and fighting to save China. Her motivation is to save her father. Her father is the only man in that family, so therefore he would have to be the one to go and fight in the war. And she doesn't want that for him. Like, he already fought in a war. His health isn't great. He's been injured. She doesn't want him to have to go because she knows very well that if he goes off to war, he's probably not going to come back. And she literally does this to save her father, and in the process saves China. And then the emperor's like, yeah, you can have a job, like, working with me type thing. And she's like, no, I'm good. I'm going to go back to my family because that's what I was fighting for. I was fighting for my family. And I don't know, I love Mulan. She's so humble and, like, so awesome. I love her. But she is number 2 on the list because number 1 is Tiana. And much like Mulan, but in different ways, being a princess, not her goal. Her goal is literally to own a restaurant. Like, that is her driving force. She doesn't want to find love. She doesn't want to be a princess. She doesn't want any of it. She wants to own a restaurant. And she works hard at it. And I think, like, Princess and the Frog is such an underrated movie. And Tiana is such an underrated princess. I think Tiana is the role model for everybody. Not just little girls, but, you know, older women, younger girls, younger boys, older men, all of us. That things aren't handed to you. You know, if you really truly want something, you work for it. And if you work for it and then you eventually get it, it will be extremely satisfying. So basically, Tiana working, she is literally a waitress, working for tips in hopes that she will eventually have enough money to own her own restaurant. And she gets it in the end. She gets the prince. But she doesn't go off and live, you know, in fairy tale land life. She stays and runs her restaurant because that is truly what she wanted. And yeah, her prince is there with her, and that's great. But she has her goal in mind. She sticks with her goal. She wants her goal, and she gets her goal, and she's happy. And I think, you know, the moral of the story being hard work and perseverance will get you where you need to go is a great message for everybody. So on that note, I will leave it all at that. Let me know, what is your ranking of Disney princesses? If you don't feel like going through all 14 of them, then just tell me your least favorite and your favorite. I'm really curious to know all of your thoughts. I'm curious to know, you know, I'm bracing for all the hate I'm getting for putting these princesses in the orders that I did. But, yeah, let me know all your thoughts in the comments down below. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Click the notification bell so you can be notified when I upload my latest videos. Follow me on all the socials. The link is in the description down below. And I will see you all in another video. Bye, guys.